Welcome to my channel, everyone. In this video we are going to talk about SUI, Avalanche, HBAR and Dogecoin. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So let's just start with SUI. SUI looks pretty good to me. We broke those two green trend lines to the upside, which is positive. Target is the upper part of a falling wedge in bright blue. I will also draw you that here so you can see it better. So this here is the falling wedge. We are in the upper part of that falling wedge. We have to break it to the upside. Otherwise, we can always sell off. So the price mark which I would look for is the price mark of $3.72. Once they break to the upside, $3.88 is going to get the next target. If we also break it to the upside, then yes, $4.25 can get hit in my opinion. And this is pretty good in my opinion. The chances are high for that once we break to the upside, even though I think that the push for Bitcoin and Ethereum is almost done. I will also show you that in the Bitcoin dominance. We will talk about that right after SUI. I would look for the $3.60 not breaking to the downside. Once we break it to the downside, then we can get a bigger sell-off. We have to measure it where it's going to go, but most likely into the purple box between $3.30 to $3.36. Once we also lose it, then $3.08 is going to get the next target for SUI. So far, we broke green trend lines to the upside. Greens means long. So basically, SUI is long to me, and we got what we have drew here, the breakouts, and we already hit the first target. So let's see if we also are going to break it to the upside with $3.72. And see the next one, $3.88 for SUI. If we now look over Avalanche, that's what I've told you also I think 2 days ago, but also yesterday. Avalanche made its push. Our target for Avalanche was always the $28.90 to $30.30. If you look into Solana, look where Solana is. Right up here. If we look where XRP is, made also a new top. If we look where SUI is, then you can also see SUI is quite up. If we now look into Avalanche, then you can see all the coins are somewhere here at their top area. Avalanche is down here. And this is pretty normal because we got this price movement here already. We have said that we should see a retracement before we break to the upside and get another push. What do I think is realistic? So I would wait for Avalanche a bit longer because for now we have a falling wedge. I would draw you that with my hands, so not with a real chart pattern, with those trend lines. So basically right here, this looks to me like a falling wedge. Am I going to trade it? No, because why? It is ugly, it is not perfect. I would still think that we are going to fill a bit of the fair value gap so we can draw something like a bull flag. For example, like this. And then over the weekend, we can drop here into that area before we break it to the upside. If we are deciding not to form a bull flag, then the target, yes, it's still ongoing, $30.30. If we decide to get there, then we have to see where the other coins are, because for XRP we have the target $3.30. So XRP is currently doing the movement which Avalanche did 2 days ago. And once we get into that kind of area, $3.30 for XRP, if we get to $255 for Solana, and Avalanche is hitting the $30.30, then we have to see that we are not going to see this kind of price movement to the downside, which is a bigger sell-off, before the altcoin season for Avalanche is going to happen. I don't want to scare you with this scenario, but in my opinion, it looks to me that we should see a huge sell-off because everyone is too bullish again. And that kind of liquidity, those kind of long trades, which people of, who have FOMO, for example, who thinks, oh, we are in the altcoin season and we should pump up and I want to buy in now before it's too late, they should be in huge losses. They should panic sell or get liquidated. And down below here, or even lower, who knows, we need to wait for chart patterns to measure it even more precise. Then the big investors are going to come in and causing this kind of push to the upside. So be a bit more careful. I forgot to talk about the Bitcoin dominance in this video. I wanted to talk about that right after SUI. So basically, for the Bitcoin dominance, we have seen a bullish chart pattern. This falling wedge. We didn't break it to the upside yet. Here would be the breakout point. We have also said, hey, this here is a bear flag. If we break the bear flag to the downside, 57.3% is going to be the target. This means that the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. But afterwards, this falling wedge, which you can see in orange, is not invalidated. So we can break it to the upside. This is what I think. This is what the Bitcoin dominance is telling me, that we should see some price movement of the altcoins outperforming Bitcoin on the short term, but on the midterm we should see Bitcoin outperforming the altcoins, and this can happen while every coin is selling off. So Bitcoin might sell off 10%, the altcoins might sell off 30%. And then if we are somewhere, let's just assume here, then the altcoin season can begin for most of the other large caps. The altcoin season is already ongoing. Ethereum made its new all-time high. BNB made a new all-time high yesterday. I don't know if it made one today. I'm not looking frequently into BNB. The hype coin also new all-time high. So basically those kind of coins are already in the altcoin season, and it just takes time until the money goes from those kind of coins into, for example, Avalanche, into, for example, SUI, HBAR, and so on. So let's just talk about HBAR. HBAR is doing a great job, we have said. Falling wedge in bright blue. This one right here. Broke to the upside. The thing is that we didn't invalidate the rising wedge here. So what I can imagine is that HBAR still has more upside potential into the purple box right here, which is the price area between 55.5 cents to 55.8 cents. So we can get there, and from here sell off. This is my preferred scenario. The question is, where are we going to sell off? Are we really going to get the biggest retracement into the fair value gaps, which is even a new lower low than this one right here? Then we should see the 17.5 cents. Or are we that bullish and see not that kind of sell-off, see something like, for example, here, and from here start the altcoin season for HBAR. So within the altcoin season, the coins are moving however they want. Yeah, for sure, they are all correlated with each other. So basically, if the cryptos are pushing, then the whole sector is also going to push. The question is, how much are they going to push? If Bitcoin drops, if Ethereum drops, then the altcoins are also going to drop. The question is, one coin is dropping 30%, the other coin is in the altcoin season, and it's just going to drop 5%. So the coins are correlated with each other, but within the altcoin season, they are doing a bit whatever they want. Yeah, we have seen it, for example, for Avalanche. Avalanche makes this kind of movement to the upside, while, for example, HBAR in the same time just did maybe this here. This is what I mean. HBAR is going up, Avalanche is going up. The question is, how strong are they going to get up? So basically we have to see, I think the area between 25.5 cents to 25.8 cents is realistic at the moment. Once we break it also to the upside, 27.7 cents is going to get in play for HBAR. So far I don't have any kind of trend lines where I would say it looks good once it breaks to the downside, that we say the push is over. I can draw one, for example this, but this is far too sharp to me in my opinion, so that's why I would like to wait a bit longer until we form some nice trend lines or chart patterns. If we now look over Dogecoin, Dogecoin is a bit more bullish. So we had our scenario here, 26 cents, that we should hit it, also 26.7 cents. And here I have said, be careful, we can sell off from there. But since the coins are not done yet pushing to the upside, so we still have ongoing targets to the upside. Dogecoin is just a bit stronger, so I can take this scenario out of the chart for now. I still have it in mind. The question is, from where are we going to start? And here is a huge resistance block. For that we have to go into the 4-hour chart. No, not even that, 8-hour chart. So we can see that in this block we got many kind of supports and resistance. So once we get into the block between 28.5 cents to 31.2 cents, I would be careful for Dogecoin, because what I have drew before can just happen from this box right here and then sell off before we get the altcoin season for Dogecoin. So far everything looks good. Look what Dogecoin is going to do, like what is currently doing. It looks very good. And yes, I would just wait a bit longer for Dogecoin. There's also no trend line which I can use to predict a bigger sell-off. Why? Because we don't have any kind of bearish chart patterns on the chart for Dogecoin. So with that said, everything looks long to me. Everything looks good. I think the Bitcoin dominance is the most important one, because it is slowly, like, I don't want to say it's going to end. But 57.3 cents is very realistic in my opinion. From there we should see a bounce. There is still space to the downside. So basically just because here is 0.6% drop, doesn't sound much. But if you just look from up here, from where we came and what the coins did, so this was here is 0.16% sell-off in the Bitcoin dominance. Look what your altcoin did. Once the Bitcoin dominance sold 1.10%. And we still have another 0.6% ongoing to the downside. So the altcoins still have time to shine, and it's, oh, let's see, maybe Dogecoin pumped up a lot. I don't want to change this. So the Bitcoin dominance is dropping a lot. Dogecoin is going up a lot. HBAR not. Why should we talk about Avalanche? It is consolidating, but here Solana is also going for the target area. So basically the coins are looking very good in my opinion right now. But the push slowly ends. So don't get into FOMO if I don't have any kind of long positions. Then in my opinion, now is not the time to get into one. Why should I start getting into a long position up here if I can just wait a bit longer? Because we have seen it in the past that we got this kind of price movements. Why should I go into a long position up here? Isn't it smarter to get into one down below here? Even though we sell off more, okay, then I can buy the dip. So basically, getting into long positions right now, if we break to the upside, then yes, I'm personally going to do it, because I'm very short-termed. I'm day trading. I will do it with leverage. So every 1% which goes up is a lot for me. So basically, if I want to hodl and hold just spot coins, then now is not the time to buy any kind of coins, in my opinion. So with that said, we see each other in the render, Tau, Kaspa, and ONDO update.